Hi, how you guys doing? This is my this is just another one of my podcasts, another one of my podcasts looking ass like I'm a podcast type of guy and shit. You guys know who it is. It's JV. Um as you guys can tell, probably my voice has changed. It's gotten a little deeper. I've gotten a little older now. I'm like 32 years old now. I've been in jail. I was in jail for 14 months. I was in jail for 14 months. I had a 14 months hiatus in jail. And my last podcast was at the age of 29 or 30-ish, like 29, 30. So it's been 2 years. And I really just want to get these podcasts out the way, because I got about 14 of them I got to do, 15. So, I'm just it's the year's 2011, This is 2011. I did 2009, 2010, part one, 2010, part two, something like that. That's how it goes. So in 2011, I had a big ass flaw on my nose. I had a big ass flaw on my nose that someone did to me with like a black magic type of thing. They did black magic to me. At least that's what I want to say. I don't want to offend nobody, but it's fuck them, because they did some type of black magic. Like, it's called Satanism. They did Satanism to me. And I'm getting permission from God to say this. Nobody ever talks about it. They keep it on the low and they keep it hidden. Well, guess what? You guys are exposed. You guys are some dirty motherfuckers that do Satanism to get what they want out of life. They see. Mariana tells me that imagine a corn on a cob, perfectly made. That's exactly what it perfectly made. I say imagine a perfect dinner. I told a cop yesterday that was helping out my sister because she was getting physically abused with her old family, her family. It's not even a family. I'm not. This is private in my life that I never talked to nobody. But I gotta put this out there, because it's the truth. My sister, my sister used to get physically beaten, physically abused by her father-in-law and her boyfriend. My supposedly mom, that's not really my mom no more. She fucked two of my friends. So I disown her. So she's gonna die soon because in my family, we can predict when somebody's gonna die like a year or two ahead. We just know because God tells us, oh, that family member's gonna die. God tells us we're very spiritual, you know? Hi, how you doing? Good, and you? Good. We're very spiritual, right? So God tells us like before they die, my mom's gonna die. My mom used to hit on all my friends and my sister's friends. She fucked like two of our friends, three of our friends, three of my friends, one of hers, something like that. There's some things I'd rather not talk about, but I have to talk about. And like, she's not a good mom. She's not really even my mom. I pretty much just had her by the balls my whole life because she knew I was gonna eventually grow up and be a big rapper and be something big to the world. But she's dead to me, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. But Satanism is like black magic or brujeria. It's not really witchcraft or brujeria. It's black magic. It's black magic, but like American style, Mexican style Satanism. That's what it's called. I don't get. If you want to know what it is, get yourself involved. It comes at a fee, but it comes at a fee. But you rather just be godly, just be godly because that's how the world runs, and you can get everything through God. You don't need to do no black magic like Satanism. But Satanism, they make it look like it's something cool, like it's something to be appraised is the word. Sorry, I use my vocabulary. God makes me say, I'm going to talk how I want to talk, not how you expect me to talk. That's just what God makes me say. God is in control of my life every single second. I pretty much make no mistakes because it's always God. I hope your guys' life is like that as well. But it also all depends, you know. So I'm gonna go back to Satanism because a lot of people do it, and the people that know my uncle Juan, people that know my family, people that know my tío Juan, because he was the chosen one to the world. The chosen one is the real Jesus Christ. The chosen one is the real Jesus Christ. I'm the chosen one from God. My uncle Juan was the chosen one from God. We God says that we humiliate the world, right? Because we're the real chosen one. We're the chosen, we're the real Jesus Christ. Not the Jesus Christ that is in Western civilization. There goes my Mexicanese kicking in, my Mexican side kicking in. Um, I'm American, by the way. I'm American. I'm Mexican American, but I'm mostly Mexican American. That's what I describe myself as. Are um black people are African Americans, technically. White people are Caucasian. And then there's another word for that. But I mean, they're not Middle Eastern. That's like Iraq, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Dubai, wherever Dubai the fuck is. They hold it high to a praise. That's the word. But you know, so this whole thing with Satanism, they ask God for something, they make a pact with Satan, and they get it at a cost, at a fee, at a very bad fee. God gives them what they want, and then they get it at a fee. If you want, you can do it. I wouldn't recommend it. I stick to God, before anything. That's just me. But people think they could get away with it. But if you do it for so long, God charges you for that in hell. And it sounds like it's cool and everything, but it's just you ask God for something. It's like the perfect dinner. It's like the perfect dinner. People have a perfect dinner. Imagine the most perfect dinner you have ever been to with the forks, the plates, the food, all that shit. That's what they get. That's what they try to make their life as with Satanism. You can have sex with a minor. You can have sex with your best friend. You can have sex with your kids' friends, with your son's friends. And that was my stupid ass bitch ass mom did to me. And she ruined friendships for me. I haven't done it. I did it once with God's permission, but the thing is, I'm the chosen one. So when I do it, it's God. And it's just me it's just I don't do it. Just point blank period. I've done it, but I don't do it because it doesn't work for me. But it can work for you. But think about it. There's a fee for that. There's a big fee for that because you just end up getting burnt out. Your organs end up getting like deteriorated or rotten. You will start to age in the face. So think about it. If you want to do it, God will tell you what it is, if you really want to do it. I wouldn't recommend it. I'd rather stick to God. In the long run, God is everything, and God gives us everything, whether we notice it or not. You wanted that girl to look at you? She wasn't looking at you. She wasn't looking at you, Wink. She wasn't looking at you. Or was she? See, God gives you everything you want. Just sit on that one for a while and figure it out. So yeah, people think it's cool. So me and my uncle, we're the chosen one by God. We're the real Jesus Christ. The real Jesus Christ. Not the Midwestern, not no chingaderas like God wants me to say. Not the Western civilization Jesus Christ with the white, 6 feet tall, with the facial hair and the long hair. The real Jesus Christ is from Israel. He is from Israel. He is short, dark skinned. That is what the real Jesus Christ is right now. When my uncle was the real Jesus Christ, it was like a Middle Eastern, taller. I could be wrong because he passed away. Rest in peace, my uncle Juan. We love him to death. But he died at 45 because after 45, you're just old and there's no life after 45. You just keep on reliving the same things. At least that's what I want to say. So he was 6'3". My uncle Juan was 6'3", so Jesus Christ was different back in 97, 96, 98, 1998 when he humiliated the world. He was different. He was tall like the guy from Chosen a little bit. I think he was like that Jesus Christ because that's what the world needed to see. A Mexican, and then the real Jesus Christ are always Mexican. They're always Mexican, and this is why. Because we are the most humblest, even though God doesn't know how to use the word humble because we're so controlled by God that God makes us do things we don't want to do sometimes. And we are so controlled by God that God says, you guys don't have to use the word humble, you know? That's what God makes it say. Yeah. So sorry, someone was passing by. So we're so in control by God that God doesn't make us, that God doesn't let us use the word humble, but it's like we're all humble before God, you know. That's just my family. Don't take that into consideration. That's what my uncle imposed upon us. Because that's what he got permission from God to our family to say. Because to be honest, like we're pussies. We're pussies. We're pussies. We're pussies to God. We're pussies to other people. We let in our family, we're all gods, quote unquote gods. I mean, that is what God says. We're all gods, right? I want to say we are God for the new Jesus Christ. We are God. We are God. Because then if we say we're gods, they hold us too much high up. They're like, we're gods. We're gods. No, we're God. That's what it is now. Things have changed. My uncle Juan, my tío Juan, married a black lady named Wendy Vasquez. I don't know her real last name. And like, this is just exposing them. Like, she's cool, you know, we loved her, but they used to treat him like shit. They used to treat him like shit, you know, because black people are bogus to Mexicans. And yeah, so we're the real Jesus Christ. The real Jesus Christ was like from the guy chosen back in 1998. That's my uncle. We got to hold him to a praise because he did a lot of God's work. He did a lot for God. He did a lot for God. He did a ton for God. Juan Guevara Vasquez did a lot for God. So even in heaven, he's still held up to a high level because he did so much for God that that God gives them gifts in heaven. Heaven is real, you guys. You guys want to start thinking about heaven if you guys are up there, because then there's Freemasonry. There's Freemasonry. White people going against God. You know what God says? You ain't going against nobody besides the mirror. That's who you're going up. Not the person in the mirror. Going against the mirror. That's who you're going up against. That's what God says. You know, I'm God, you know. I'm the real Jesus Christ. I don't like to talk about it because then everybody we cross paths with. Sorry, that's just the intercom. Everybody we cross paths with is God humiliating them. So it might be you with this podcast, but it might not. I just hope it's not you. That's your problem because that's the life you live. But it's God is God. Don't be scared. Just know this. God is real. Y por todo se paga en este mundo. You gotta pay for everything in this world. Everything you do to people. If you're a Freemasonry, if you're a bogus black person, if you're racist, they're racist against Mexicans. They don't like Mexicans, man. They're racist. That's them, though. So, what else, you guys? I'm gonna make this like 25 minutes long or 30. But it's interesting, right? The stuff I'm talking about, you know, it's just what it is. It's JV. The one, the chosen one. JV. J Vizzle. Young Demon, JV. So, yeah, my uncle did a lot for God. He did everything for God. That's why he's in heaven just chilling, you know. He's the real Jesus Christ. And then before him, there was another Jesus Christ. There's a Jesus Christ every 26 years. Every 26 years, 26 years, 25 years, 26 years, there's a Jesus Christ. My son is going to be John Michael Boston II is going to be the next chosen one in my family tree. My family tree, and then we don't want to be this, man. That's what we inherited from our grandpa. Because my grandpa, my Uncle Juan, and my dad's father, my dad, that's really my dad, but he disowns us. My dad does crack, so I don't know if he really means that or if he doesn't. If he wasn't on crack, he'd probably be thinking straight, or who knows. I don't want to talk about that, you guys. I don't want to talk about that because we don't got family. Our family disowns us. Our family disowns us because my grandma did Satanism to my dad. My grandma from Mexico, my mom's mom.
All staff, please respond to receiving door. All staff, please respond to the receiving door.
My mom's
All staff,
mom
please respond to receiving
did
door.
Satanism
All
to
staff,
my dad.
please respond to the receiving door.
Once again, my mom's mom did Satanism to my dad when my mom was dating my dad. So she would get pregnant with two of his kids because she knew. I didn't even know this, but this is what God is telling me. Because knew she knew that my dad was gonna be big in life. Because he was gonna be a God. That's what my dad said. He was gonna be God. He was gonna be a God. He was gonna be God. He was gonna be God walking the earth. So my grandma wanted to be bogus to him and like get her because you knew it was just gonna be for a little while. Because my mom used to have sex with all her friends, with all his friends. My mom used to have sex with all his friends. So she got her pregnant. He got her pregnant with two kids, which is me and my sister. Technically, we're not supposed to be alive, because so then my whole family disowns us. That's what they really, really, really want to do, because that's the truth. And it hurts us, so we don't got no family, but we still can